Hi, I'm Lynn, and I'm nearing the end of construction on the AquaPond. I've placed a shelf all the way around the pond for a rock ledge. That ledge will be underneath the water level so that you don't really see all of the black plastic liner. Right now the liner is rolled into the hole itself. I'll have to move all the rock, roll the liner back up, roll the underlayment back up, and place the rocks back down. In the meantime, I went rock shopping. I went to a rock yard, actually it's a landscaping yard, and bought a few more rocks that go around the outside of the pond, actually on the dirt. You'll see these bigger pieces that I have laid around outside. I'm just kind of playing with their placement right now, so they're not really where they're going to be in the final design. So now my focus can move away from the pond in the ground and move back to the aquaponics and the bog trough. In a normal bog, you would have PVC pipe at the bottom of the bog with holes drilled in it so that the water being pumped out of the pond to the bog is forced through these pipes, and the water comes up through the roots of the aquatic plants. I realized when I pumped water out of the pond and I had it fashioned to the T, I have enough pressure, even after siphoning off water to both aquaponic troughs, that there's enough water pressure to still go through a traditional PVC pipe with the holes drilled in it. So that's what I'm going to do next. Because this entire project is custom, built on site, I'm not using really very many standards for anything. When it comes to cutting the PVC pipe, I just really went over into the trough and just measured and just went over to the trough and basically just measured out the distance. Now that I have my section cut, I like to read and compare notes. So I read a lot of different people's opinions, a lot of different books. I looked on Google. I like to read a lot of different books and listen to a lot of different people in terms of finding out what's a good standard or average. I need to drill the holes into this section of the PVC pipe. I read a lot of different books and a lot of different recommendations that are out there about the distance of the holes. I found it to be anywhere from 2 inches to 6 inches. So I just kind of made a determination based on my non-standard size system that I'm custom fitting, and decided to put the holes about this distance apart. I don't want too many holes. Too many holes would just reduce the pressure in the entire component. So about 1 hole on the short pieces and 2 holes on these longer pieces. For my longer holes, that averages out to be about roughly 4 inches between the holes. My handsaw is kind of old and rusty, and so it didn't give me a clean cut. If you can see that, it has a lot of frayed edges. I have a tip. This is a very expensive tool in order to smooth this out. A cinder block or cement. You can just rub that rough edge over the cement or cinder block. Smooth as a baby. Well, it's smooth enough to fit into the joint and the end cap. However, everything I read about the size of the hole says you should use a 1/4 inch drill bit to actually drill the hole. In order to make sure that the pressure stays high in these pipes, you have to cap the ends. I'm using 1/2 inch PVC pipe along the whole way. You can actually get end caps for that size. So you just put the end cap on, which doesn't allow the water to flow out here, free flowing, same pressure. It builds up pressure within the whole pipe system, forcing it out of the holes that are drilled. Because this is the last piece, I now have this opening at the end of my teeth. I cut a 1 inch length of PVC pipe that will fit here, and then put the end cap on the other side. It's hot and I feel like I'm melting. And the bees are not happy with me messing up their little spring, and they're slowing me down.